A good teacher can inspire hope, ignite the imagination, and instill a love of learning. This quote by the American politician Brad Henry aptly described our beloved Professor Harjit Singh. Professor Harjit Singh joined JNU in 1971 as an MPhil student, completing his PhD thesis on Ladakh problems of regional development in context of growth point strategy in 1978. Dr. Singh joined CSRD as a faculty member, working alongside the founding fathers, nourishing this center and making it what it is today. He is an expounder of interdisciplinary approach in regional development. Throughout his duration of teaching, he has encouraged students to think out of the box and analyze matters critically. He has been a constant guiding light, motivating students and assisting them to emerge with flying colors.
Professor Ajit Singh is not only a kind of a legend in the sense that he knows the center inside out because he has been here as a student and also became a teacher. He never went out even for a day, in any other employment. And therefore, he had the opportunity of being with, say, the founding fathers of the center, the founding members, say, Professor Munis Raza and Professor Bhalla and Professor Mathur and Professor Premi and Professor Ijazuddin Ahmed. We knew him as a regional geographer, as a mountain man, and the man who is the best friend of yours in the field, And again, I was lucky to be part and parcel of the team that he led, and that was the longest stretch that was ever walked by students of CSRD, almost about 360 kilometers in just about 16 days, 17 days. And he was our leader, he was our teacher. He brings in, this the central theme of geography as to how people in different environments, they account their living and how their society evolved. His engagement in the center has been almost 20, and his commitment has been 24 hours plus. I mean, there is no doubt about that. All of us, we look forward to his suggestions, anytime, there were problems. In the last 15 years or so, he was the sole figure. I mean, after Professor, the last person who belonged to that group, Professor Qureshi, when he retired, then everything was left to Professor Harjit Singh in various capacities. I tell you, I mean, as he says that he has worked at every level, almost every level, and I can see that he was a warden, and then he was a provost, and then he was also the chief proctor and whatnot. So he was the director of admission. So even administratively, he has worked on at various levels, and everywhere. I think one thing that he always stood by is the fact that he ensured that the essential character of JNU is further enhanced rather than diluted.
Dr. Singh is a pioneer of conducting broad-based survey of Ladakh. Over the years, he has frequently visited Ladakh, often taking students with him for field trips. His close interaction with the inhabitants has enabled him to provide the first detailed overview of Ladakh since Cunningham.
I remember when I had just joined, we were discussing something and there were two other students sitting there. So suddenly said, let's go out, we'll have a cup of tea. It took all of us, and those days there was no canteen in JNU. There was a small thatched juggi. It took all of us there for a cup of tea. And this was a very new experience for me because I had come from Punjab University, Chandigarh, where talking to teacher freely and having a cup of tea was unheard of. But this was just a sort of signal, and that is what all of us developed, learning from the senior people how to be close to students and interact with them. I tell you, I found my stay very exciting in JNU because here you find a lot of activities, a lot of opportunity to do new things, and it gives you all kind of stimulus So I cherish all these years of my stay while teaching, while doing research. I came across very exciting group of students, and generally, one very important thing which I find in JNU teaching is that we don't teach students what is there in the book. We don't want them to just do just reading and remembering that. We want students to develop their own critical faculties. So that is why I love saying in my class that don't think whatever I am saying is the gospel of truth. Learn to question everything, learn to question me. And I think this is the basic principle of advancement of knowledge. You don't question, then the knowledge becomes very static. And that is the opportunity which JNU gave me, and JNU gave all the students also.
Professor Singh has enthused generations after generations of pupils, enlightening them with his vast reserve of knowledge and helping them to realize their dreams. His suggestions and advices become our milestones which carry us forward through our journey. We are fortunate enough to have you as a living legend. Thank you, sir, for becoming an inspiration that you are.